trying to stop 'cause it's safer. Plan on finding love a little later. This came too soon and I'm not too sure what to make of you. And all of these butterflies suddenly always on my mind. But that's not the flow of emotion 'cause I don't know how to control what I'm feeling. It's just going way too fast. Every time you look at me I can't hold back. But I don't wanna tell you that. Does it try to fight? Wouldn't matter every time I try. But look deeper into you, I can't.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the San Diego Padres taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Bullpen that's been tremendous recently, from the setup arms to the closers. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Almost ready to get underway and towing the slab, Jeb Byler. What do you have on him, Chris?
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA, and guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub twos, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, if this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield, I'm loving every minute of it.
Gerard Burkhart leading things off and takes a strike. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Boy, I didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Michael Spence, the next up for the Padres. Blasted a solo homer yesterday. The only run they were able to score. Swings through that one for strike one.
0-1's the count.
One out, base is empty. And that one is lifted in the air. Murray puts it away. 2 down. Let's take a look at the Padres lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
That's in there. The count is 0-2. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Brings it in for the third out. Nothing doing there for the Friars. And now the O's will get their first crack at it. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. And on the hill, Andy Birding.
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Bottom of the first, and into the box for Baltimore, Jose Carrara. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. Birding, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a curve, a changeup, and he works in a sinker. Swing and a foul out of play. And he chases a high fastball there.
Guy like this can be tough. You know he's not going to try to beat you with velocity, but he's going to sink it, he's going to change speeds, and he's going to pitch backwards at times.
That one ripped right center field. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Horn now at the plate. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Nice grab on the run. And there's one away.
Batting third, center field.
All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Oh, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Jose Castilla, the next to hit, takes ball one. Carrara leads off second with one gone in the inning. There's the swing and a miss.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Runner at second here, 1 gone. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
Hans Murray stands in here, takes ball 1 low. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And now 2-0.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Just missed. Garrett in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that's in for a strike. Fouls 1 away, and now 3 and 2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
First and second, 2 outs. Garrett digs in now. Swing and a drive, deep right field. On the move, heading back. And out of here. They'll take a trot around the bases. His first homer of the year, and they lead it. It's 3-0. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
And now Kyle McCabe hitting the air, center field. Spence settles under this one. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Orioles get 3 on this long ball. It's now. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the second baseman, Alfred Hernandez.
83.
Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Byler back to work. Ball 1 there. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Next offering is in for a strike. And down on strikes he goes. And one out now. So digging in now for San Diego, Sergio Saldana. Late swing, foul to the left. Right through there for a strike. Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boogie's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players question the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
And that's downstairs. 1-0.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
2 out, space is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and fires. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Catcher has it, fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the out. Back here in Baltimore, bottom half of inning number 2, and now the DH, Johnny Frost. And that's downstairs and outside.
Ball 1, no strikes.
And that is out of play.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. That's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Now here is Drew Duncan. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. 1 down, base is empty. Gonna count 1-2.
Inside.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Throw to first, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout. Quinn Hull, the next to hit. That's outside. Ball 1.
That's ball 2.
Foul ball. Late on that fastball.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swing and a miss. And he strikes out the side here in the second.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back now at Oriole Park. New inning getting started. And here is Juan Campaneris. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Campaneris getting the starting catcher, hitting 7th in today's lineup, and he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. High fly ball, right field. McCabe makes the grab, and a quick out, number 1. And now the first baseman, Richie Enfield. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. That misses, and that's ball 1. And another ball.
No strike.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. One down, base is empty. That one pushed foul. Just off the outside edge. 3-2 now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So now the DH spot, Charles Mullins. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Padres go down. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Up and in, and that's ball 1. The shortstop takes the ball.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Next pitch is outside. And there's the automatic. Next offering is in for a strike.
3-2.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. And the batter now, John Horn, flying to left his first time. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. And they'll do it again. Next offering upstairs.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Spence sizing this one up, brings it in. 2 up, 2 down. And now here is Jose Castilla. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that's a strike.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Ball.
Next pitch misses, and that is ball 1. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Yeah, I don't think
One ball,
anyone's got
2
good
strikes.
numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
The count.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing this time around for the O's, but they lead it 3-0. And we're back onto the 4th. And now the right fielder, Gerard Burkhart. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
That one missed.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Now
Michael
batting, number
Spence, the next
73.
up for the Padres. He's 0 for 1. First pitch doesn't find the zone. The Padres trailing by 3. Top half of inning number 4. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very
Now
dangerous to these
number
hitters. 7
79.
punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Ground ball right side. Duncan throws to first in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing. Ready to go. Bottom
Leading off for
4.
the
Here's the
Orioles,
left fielder,
left
Hans
fielder,
Murray.
number 27.
That one ripped left field. That's back there. And in one hops the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Digging in, Mark Garrett. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Orioles doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Man at second.
Ball, that's out.
That
That's
one
ball
misses. 3 balls and a strike.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, they didn't give him anything to hit, and now with runners on first and second, they've set up a double play opportunity. So not a terrible result.
McCabe in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Counts 1-0.
Murray at second. Garrett at first with no outs. That clips a corner. Swing and a pop-up. And the infield fly is called.
Now batting, number 41.
Here's the designated hitter for the Orioles, Johnny Frost. Struck out swinging his first time. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
On the ground, could be 2. Over to second for 1. And that's 2. So no runs here on a base hit. No errors. And 1 left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Orioles 3 and the Padres nothing.
When I come out, they run out. I'll be rocking that stage to the sun out. Your boy cooked, I'm blown up. Time to lace my...
And welcome back to the
Leading off for San
ballpark.
Diego,
Stepping in,
second
Alfred
baseman,
Hernandez.
number 83.
Byler back to work. And that's in the dirt. 1-0.
You know, these Padres just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
On the ground to first. Duncan takes it himself. One up, one down.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier.
93.
These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Saldana stands in now, looks at that one inside. The Padres hitless so far in the game. And there's a ball.
2-0.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the Padres have a man aboard with one out.
Now batting, number 32.
Stepping in for San Diego, Ira Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one.
0-1's the count.
Man at first, one away. And it's strike two.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
That one just misses. 1-2 to count.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Fastball is outside. The Orioles leading by 3, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Murray brings it in, 2 away. Here's the catcher, Juan Campaneris. Flied to right his first time. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Swings through that.
0-2.
Got him looking. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. In the first pitch, misses for ball 1. There's the strike at the knees. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And there's one down. Now the Orioles catcher, Quinn Hull. His first at bat was a strikeout. That's in there, and it's 0-1.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Good job to fight that one off. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating.
Oh, and a nice sliding stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles, but they lead at 3-0. Back here in Baltimore. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And here's the first baseman, Richie Enfield. Ball 1 low. Enfield in his second season, 22 years old, and he's the reigning National League Rookie of the Year. Now a screamer into the outfield. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away. And next is the designated hitter, Charles Mullins.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
A little bit low. Nope. Ball one. The Padres trailing by 3, and we're the top half of the 6th.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Off the mark there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
No, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4. Up now, the Padre leadoff man, Gerard Burkhart, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. There's the strike.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Ground ball could be 2. 1 at second. Double play. They can't seem to break. Back now at Oriole Park, bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the second baseman, John Horn.
23.
High fly ball out towards left field. Quinones going back, and that one is off the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way, but well, that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field.
Castilla. That's out to center field. And a base hit. And now 2 aboard. Hans Murray, the next to hit for the Orioles. And ball 1.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
In for a strike, and 1-1. And a foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And now it's switch hitting third baseman Mark Garrett. His homer earlier is responsible for the only runs they've scored in this one.
Yeah, forget small ball. They're kind of living and dying by the long ball so far in this one.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Horn over at second. Castilla over at first with 1 away. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one's back. And that one's gone into the bleachers. Another homer. His second home run.